I know at this point you guys think I'm playing with you, or like I'm playing tricks on you, because today I'll tell you this, tomorrow I'll tell you that. I know you guys are tired of me, but just calm down. I'm giving you all the gist. I'm giving you all the tea. But first things first. Firstly, I'd like to pray. I'd like to pray for whoever watching this video. I pray that whatever you're going through, whatever that you think is impossible to fix, whatever that you're holding on to God for years or months, for decades, I pray that the mighty God that answered me, that helped me, that delivered me, delivers you. And I want to urge you to hold on to God, be steadfast in Him, because He's not going to disappoint. And as you do this, I hope and I pray that He answers you twice what you asked. In Jesus' name. From the title of this video, you guys already know what I'm going to be talking about. So, but before I get into story time, like telling you what actually happened, I'm going to show you the process before now. So, stay tuned. So this was me the night before my surgery. I already made peace with it, but I was just like thinking of the worst ways it could go, what could happen. But I was okay. The next morning, I was at the hospital as early as possible with no food and no water, as the doctor instructed me to. He examined my leg and suddenly decided I didn't need surgery anymore. After examining my two x-rays, he said that I should go home and refunded me. My mom immediately started calling people, rejoicing, telling them the good news. While me, I was happy, but I was confused. I was like, did this really happen to me? And my mom, on the other hand, was so happy.
But Chugo surgery was today now. Roy has hit Chugo. I said, Lawa, the phone don't make him. Roy has hit Chugo. Roy, you will hear my testimony. Roy has healed Chugo. Roy, this is not the first testimony. This is not the second. This is not the third. And I'm a child, I thought Chugo casting. The thing they go have Baba. So I program my for I be back yesterday. A program my for surgery. All the surgery can be the man I said, Madam, there is no surgery. The thing that man. Not that the phone don't make go. Roy, the God that sees me.
After that, we obviously went out for ice cream to celebrate, and of course, I took the biggest cup and a bit of cake too, and I really enjoyed myself. And just like that, you guys, and just like that, I was healed. My surgery was cancelled, and I was working on my own. Like immediately, I left the doctor's office. My mom was like, I wanted to just use my clutches for support and go back. Okay, I know I can walk now, but I just wanted to like use my clutches and just for support, because my leg was still a little bit shaky and wobbly. So I was not yet like very, very stable, because I just was walking and I haven't walked in like up to 6 months. My mom was like, no, no, we're not going to use these clutches again. You're going to start walking now. From now, you're starting. Like she sees the clutches. She was like, no, start walking on your own. And like that, I walked from the hospital to the car. And when I got home from the car, I climbed the staircase upstairs. Like I climbed staircase back to my room to the parlor. Everybody in my house, my family was so happy. My mom started calling everybody, like literally everybody, from the car to when we got home. Everybody. It was as if it was their own testimony, not even mine. Me, I was just like shook. I didn't even know what to do. So I was just like watching everybody rejoice, and I was like, did this thing really happen to me? But I want to ask you guys something. If you don't believe in God, who do you believe in? If you don't trust in God, who do you trust in? Because it's my faith in God that brought me where I am today, that gave me this wonderful testimony that I'm sharing with you. And I'll tell you how. When they told me I was like scheduled for surgery and I was supposed to go for surgery and all that. I was like, everybody in my house was sad. My mom, my dad, my uncles, my aunts, everybody. Nobody was happy with the idea of open your leg, inject you anesthesia, all these things. Stay awake, don't eat, don't do this. Nobody was happy with that. So I kept on praying. I kept on praying. I kept on crying. I was like, I was miserable in a way, but like I just knew that, okay, God, is this your plan? Is this your plan? I kept praying and praying, hoping and trusting in God. I was like, God, how far? I thought that one was the last one. How can I want to testify now? And I've already done TikTok videos, or I've already sent my friend messages that, I've started working, and now I should go back and tell them that I'm not working. No, I have surgery. and I have 2 more months to heal. I was crying, I was miserable. I was still praying. But another part of me, not to lie, to be totally honest, another part of me was losing hope. I was losing faith in a way. Like, I was like, the doctor have already told you that you have surgery. What else? Which other confirmation are you waiting for? What else do you want to hear? You have surgery. You pray for your surgery, and that's all. Just the only prayer you can pray now is for the surgery to go successfully well. And I was like, okay, if this is my only hope. No problem, I'll roll with it. But I was still crying. I was losing faith and I was crying at the same time. I was like, okay, God, whatever you want to happen, let it happen. I still have faith in you, but I don't know why this is happening to me. Meanwhile, another part of me was saying, God, what God cannot do does not exist. I'm sure many of you are familiar with this particular phrase. I was like, what God cannot do does not exist. And I've been seeing millions, thousands. If people are like familiar with this NSPBD prayer, this conference prayer, I've seen people on that platform testify of impossible things. Type 3 cancer vanished from nowhere. People that are dying, they suddenly rise up from the dead. People that can't walk, the lame just starts to walk. And every day of my life, I keep on saying, God, let me experience this thing you used to do. I even sometimes just think they're lying, like they're lying. But I'm like, people like this cannot be lying. Everybody cannot be lying. Because I'm like, God, I'm not a spoon. I want to experience my own testimony. And I'm like, and I was just like, God, I was just like, God, imagine it is up era because ah, my mom became a prophetess. My mom has always been a prophetess, but this time it was triple the prophet in her that came out for my sake. Me, I was praying like never before, but at the same time I was like, what can I do? But my mommy was praying day and night, and I God bless her for that. For me, God bless her. And I was like, I was just looking at her. I was also having faith though. When she said do this, I'll do that. When she said do this, I'll do that. But part of me was like, all these things does not make sense because surgery is surgery. I have to just go and do the surgery. If not, I will not be able to work well or I'll have complications in the future. So I was like, one day I was praying. I kept on praying. And I was like, there's this bone I felt by the side of my leg. So every night I would touch it when I'm praying. So with time, by a week time or so, I kept on touching my leg when I'm praying, and I felt like the bone was reducing. It was like getting more straight. It was not like coming out, but it was like coming out. But every day I touched it, it was like getting lesser and lesser and lesser. And my mom she was praying on her own. To me, I was praying. I didn't tell her about this thing. I just kept it to myself. But one day I did tell her, and she was like, "Oh, so she believes that that I've started working by now, or maybe I'm healed." Like she just has this faith. And me too, I was like, God, let me just do this thing. And we agreed that okay, we're going to go for a second X-ray. So we're going to go to an X-ray to confirm if the leg is healed, if it's better. So if it's healed, I don't need to go for surgery or something. Like I just be on medication or anything, but my leg is better. So we went for surgery actually. I just went, did the normal process, waited till the next day. I was scared to collect that result because, or even if I knew already that I was scheduled for surgery, part of me didn't want to know that again. So it's either this result is good, is surgery free X-ray, or don't give it to me, just keep it. Let me just collect my face before. I don't need to be disappointed the second time. But I did collect the X-ray result and it was like the same thing. I collected it. My mom saw it. She was like, ah, it's the same thing. Yeah, now go for surgery. Already started prepping for surgery. And I was like, that day, I didn't eat, I didn't drink water, I didn't do nothing. I was like, okay, I guess it's surgery. That's the last hope. And then we went for the surgery. I wasn't truly happy. I was disappointed, but I was like, well, I guess it'll be the last decision. So we went for it. As you saw in my video. So these are what happened. I'm just trying to tell you all the process of how God is miraculously. I'm just telling you all, I'm just giving you all the gist, like the tea of how everything happened. So it finally got to my turn. I was in the waiting room. It finally got to my turn. And I went inside and the doctor examined me, my leg. He touched my leg. Something I missed was that there were two doctors in that office. There's normally just one, but that day there were two doctors. So the first doctor, we were like like two people in the office, like me, my mom, and somebody else. So after that person, then it's us for us. Our the next people for the doctor to talk to. So the first doctor there, like the apprentice or something like that, said, "What's wrong with you?" And I told him, my mom was doing the talking. So the doctor was now finished listening to us, seeing the X-ray, and I was like, "Your leg is better. Oh, you don't need any surgery. You just need to do stuff." I wasn't listening to him. I was just my own word, just thinking. My mom even eyed him. My mom was telling me this, that she was like you every time people are telling us this, people are telling us that. And then my mom just was like, let me just wait for, don't worry, let me wait for the first doctor that have been attending to us. So we waited for the doctor. It was now finally our turn. And the doctor examined me. He touched my leg, everything. He looked at the results. He compared, because I had two x-rays, the one that I did to confirm that I needed surgery, and then the one that I did with my faith, just to confirm if God has healed me. So with this, he looked at this both of them. Like, I'm telling you, in my own eyes, in my own eyes, my mom's eyes, everybody's eyes, like they were the same thing. I could literally see no difference in these x-rays. But to the doctor, there was a very huge difference. In the first x-ray that was confirmed that I needed surgery, like the leg was not healing well. Suddenly, in the second x-ray, the leg is doing well. And he just said, you don't need any you don't need any surgery. Go home. Let me refund your money now. He just refunded the money. He was like, stand up, leave your crutches. I was like, I laughed. I was angry, because you're the one that told me I should go home at first. When this whole thing started, I should go home. I don't need surgery. I should go home. I should not even use my clutches. I went home. I decided to go for x-ray on my own. And I found out that my leg is not perfect. I sent the x-ray to you. You told me I need surgery. Now I'm here for the surgery. You're telling me that I don't need it again. Does that make sense? He was like, but you don't actually need surgery. You don't need surgery. You're fine. You're fine. That now that he's seeing it, that the x-ray, my leg is healing better. It was not just his own decision, because I know some people will come and tell me, the doctor is not good. Go and confirm your x-ray and that place. So go and check another hospital. I've checked other hospitals and I'm not checking again. I am claiming this testimony for myself, because it's over 1 week now and I have not had any complications. I have been using no clutches. I have been walking. I have been climbing the staircase. I'm not perfect, but I am walking, and that's all that matters. And I don't have any complications in my leg. So back to my story. So I was like, he said, stand up. I stood up. He said, walk. I walked. He said, do what you think you can do. So, because for a while I've been wanting to like sweep or something. So I was like, let me try and sweep. So I bent down. He said, do anything you want to do, but don't just run or try to put heavy pressure, because your leg is still healing. He told me even start a gym class. He said, start a gym class. When he said that gym, I was struck. What's that word? I don't even know the word. I can't remember it. But he told me start a gym class. I was like, eh? My leg has healed to that extent. In how many days that I should start a gym class? She said start a gym class. Like I should start cycling, not weightlifting. I should start like cycling. Like for those that don't know what cycling is, motorcycle, like bicycle, pedaling, just cycling. So like the nerves in my leg wake up, so I can start walking better. So I did. I was like, okay. This man is serious, so I don't need surgery. I was confused. When my mom was shouting and jubilating, shouting, Eroy, I've done it. I was like, these people are playing with me. I was confused. Apart from confusion of these people are playing with me, I was like, God, did you really do this for me? Is this really like real? Is this how it feels when God answers your prayer? You're in confusion. You're happy, but you're confused. From there, that moment, I already started planning things I was going to buy, clothes and the rest. I was shocked. I was shocked. I was shook. I was just. Are you serious? So now let me ask you guys: if I did not put my faith in God, if I did not decide to do a second X-ray just because just only because I felt like God has answered my prayers. Will I be here sharing this testimony with you? I will just go. When they tell me you have surgery, I will just go for the surgery without trying to confirm. Go and meet my first doctor, because God is my first doctor. So if I didn't meet my first doctor first to confirm the surgery I had, I won't be here. I will be using my clutches. I will be on a second cast. I will be lying down, hopeless. I won't be going to school. But now, as I'm talking to you guys, I'm preparing to go back to school. So get ready for some more vlogs, maintenance, shopping, a day in my life, and the rest, because your girl is back. And I'm back, and I'm back, and I'm back. And I'm so happy. I haven't been this happy in a very long while. I can't lie that I'm scared. Part of me is scared. That is another part I have to accept. I am scared because I'm like, what if this is not true? What if this is not true? What if this is just a temporal? Maybe it was just healing then. Maybe in future, because my leg is still swollen. It's a little bit like the leg is bigger than the other leg that has nothing, that didn't have any accident. But it's because, like, for those doing biology, for those doing sciences that understand what I'm about to say, the callus is still forming. So when the formation there is making the leg to be inflamed, which is swelling, so it's making the leg to swell. So my leg is still bigger than the other leg. So sometimes I guess I'll just be scared. I'll be like, what if, what if, what if? The other day I nearly twisted my leg. I was trying to like walk, and then I somehow lost balance and my leg twisted, and I felt this sharp pain, and I couldn't match my leg on the floor again. I was crying. I was crying. I was like, hey, I'm not walking again. I can't walk again. I've messed up everything. So I'm not about to tell anybody that God healed me because I've destroyed everything. But I started crying. I started crying. And then my dad came and told me, move your leg, do your like this, put pressure. He like just did some few exams, and then I was fine. He told me, stand up. I stood up and I started walking. And I didn't even feel any pain at all at all. I was just scared. You guys, please don't allow fear to put you in a bad situation. Please don't be scared. Don't be ever scared. Always have faith, no matter how. It's in the Bible. They said even if your faith is as tiny as a mustard seed, God will help you. So always have faith. To the tiniest amount of faith, just let it be there for assurance. Let that faith be there. Fear is still in me, but it's one thing I am asking God. Another thing I'm asking God to please take away, because it's not that easy. I haven't worked for like up to 7 months. Part of my life was paused. I started this new year helpless, but God saved me, and He's still saving me, as He has done another one right now. So, like, you guys, don't allow fear to engulf you. Don't engulf you. Rather, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't, just be happy. Have faith. Take that step dangerously. Move, move, move. Have faith. Have faith. Don't be scared. Don't allow anybody to tell you what your final decision is. Mm-mm. And most importantly, have friends that have God in their life. Because most of you have friends that just go for shayu, to drink and to sip wine and to eat in the diners and in the restaurants and for the fancy things only. Have friends that have faith in God too. Because sometimes when you're losing your faith, God, your God will send your friends to give you more faith. I had so many friends. I have so many friends that have faith that kept me hanging on God. I already had my own faith, but like them adding to my own faith helped me a lot. I had to wait over 1 week before I'm telling you this, because if you're saying this video, it's over 1 week that I started working. So I've already started my cycling class, I've already started my gym class, I already started going out to little places, not to far places, because I still can't stress my leg. So I was scared, as I said before, because I didn't know if it was just a temporal thing and if this whole leg issue is going to come back. But I kept on having faith, and then I'm here telling you all because it's over 1 week and I'm working fine and nothing is wrong with me. So have faith and have friends that have faith, because my Louisa kept on telling me God was going to heal you. She kept on praying. I have so many friends that kept me in prayer, introduced me to different pastors. It might sound stupid, it might sound crazy, but yes, they cared about me, and that's why they did these things. They kept telling me, go to this prayer platform, go to this, go to this, go to this. And they were trying to help me, they were trying to encourage me. So if you don't have friends like that, because it was even after that the doctor told me to go home. It's after he told me that you can walk, you don't need any surgery, go and start a cycling class, that he started telling me how dangerous that surgery would have been. Everybody was downplaying the surgery to me. They were telling me, it's just little thing, you just open your leg, we'll just do it, you'll not feel anything, we'll give you like that numbing thing, anesthesia or whatever they call it. We'll give it to you, you'll not feel anything, but you'll be awake, but don't drink water, don't eat, don't do this. Nobody told me that this surgery was going to give me a new wound. So it would be as if I was starting my accident from the beginning. And that 2 months the doctor gave me was like, it would have been 3 to 4 months more. He was just trying to tell me that to give me hope and not allow me to cry, but I cried anyway. So have faith in God, have friends that have faith, and never lose your own faith. Because if I lost my faith, I will not be here telling you all this. I'll be on my bed crying and just whiling away my time. But now I'm on a new journey. I'm well, I'm better. Wholeheartedly, my soul is beautiful. I am cleansed, I am refreshed. I am proud to sit down here and tell you that. And I just hope you that's listening, your testimony comes very soon, as sooner than you expect. On my Instagram, I said something about, when I posted about my surgery, I said something that I'm not posting this as a pity post. I don't need anybody's pity. I never need anybody's pity, by the way. I'm saying this, I'm posting this here because I know I'm going to come back with a very big testimony. I did not know I was going to come back with a testimony of not having the surgery at all. I was like hoping that when I recover, this big thing will happen. I will have this big, something big will happen in my life. But I didn't know the big thing will start with me not even having the surgery at all. So guys, so now I am happy to be, and I want, like, apart from the testimony of God doing this for me, I also wanted to be, I see people, when I struggle with things and I go online and I look for motivation from different people, I see what they have passed through. I see where they are now. It gives me hope. It helps me that, okay, there's light at the end of the tunnel. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Don't allow anybody to tell you otherwise. So when I see these things, I'm like, okay, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So I wanted to be somebody's light at the end of the tunnel too, because I've had many people inspire me and motivate me. So I want someone else to watch this video one day and be like, God actually answers prayers. God saves. Don't allow anybody to tell you otherwise. God saves. And he answers. He answers. So he answers sharply. He answers like this. God answers prayers. Don't allow anybody to tell you otherwise. I know I've been repeating a lot of things. Like, I've said some things multiple times, but I'm just excited. I'm just happy to give you all this news because it's coming from the depth of my heart. I can't wait to go back to school for the first time in my life. I can't wait to go back to school. Not because I want to go and see people. I just want to walk. I just want to be on my own. I just want to let the breeze pass through my hair. I'm not in for the stress, but I'm happy. I just want to go out again, do stuff on my own without asking for assistance. I still need assistance in some areas of lifting things, but I'm independently working fine without anybody having to hold me or carry me up and stuff like that. And that is enough for me to be happy for, to be grateful to God for. I am just so happy. I'm still hoping and praying that this healing is permanent and nothing goes wrong, because devil works in many ways, and I can just easily fall down or something will happen and then my leg will just, I'll start the journey from the beginning, but back to sender, God forbid. Back to sender, God forbid. Because I just hope that everything actually works out and my leg becomes better than it used to be. I can't wait to start doing the modeling I wanted to do, because I just always like fashion and stuff like that. So I've always wanted to do modeling and work out to the size that I want to be. I like my size. I can be a plus size model. So, and I'm starting my physiotherapy. I have started my physiotherapy already and working better. I started my gym class, and that's it, guys. I just can't wait for you to share your own testimony one day. And don't forget, what God cannot do does not exist. So you guys, I am proud and happy to announce to you all that this era is over and a new one just begun. It's a wrap, guys. Siri, play me Eledumare by Limbo Beats.
Me your love and you are Jara. I call on your name and you answer me. Oh, this can only be God. This can only be God. This can only be God. This can.